Good day, viewers. You are welcome to today's math class. So today we'll be talking about ratios for angles between 0 degrees to 360 degree. So that is, we are talking about quadrants and the angles. Firstly, so the x and y axis partitions the plane into four different parts. So, and these four different parts are called quadrants. Don't forget y and s is positive here, y is negative here, and also s is negative here. So this is the first quadrant, second, third, and fourth. And we all know that angle can be positive and also it can be negative. So when angle is positive, it moves in anti-clockwise direction. Or did I say anti-clockwise direction when the angles are positive. But when the angles positive, note that, but when the angles are negative, it moves in clockwise direction, negative. Also, this is the point too. And for us to remember all these angles, I want us to know this word ACTS. This means all the angles are positive. All the angles are positive. While S means sign is positive. That is, the rest are negative. And T here means tan is positive. That is, the rest are negative. And C here means cos is positive. That is, the rest are negative. Therefore, in the first quadrant, all the angles are positive. That's why I said all. And in the second quadrant, the sine angle is positive. That means tan and cos are negative in the second quadrant. First, second, third, fourth. And the third quadrant, only tan is positive. That is, sine and cos is negative in the third quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive. That is, sine and tan is negative. So let's represent it. For the first quadrant, I said all are positive. Sine, tan, and cos are positive in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, only sine is positive. And this is the angle. This is the angle theta. Only sine is positive. Therefore, the angle should be sine theta is equals to positive sine into bracket 80 degree minus theta, and the rest will be cos theta is equals to negative cos 80 degree minus theta. Tan also, it will be negative tan into bracket 80 degree minus theta. For the third quadrant also, third quadrant will be going to move anti-clockwise to this place where we have the triangle. So here now we say that tan is positive, therefore the rest will be negative, and the angle representation will be 180 degree plus theta. Don't forget, for the sign here we said 180 degree minus theta. For the third quadrant, which Don't forget this is the second quadrant. For the third quadrant, it will be 180 degree plus theta. And for the fourth quadrant, it's going to move up to this place where we have our angle like this. This is theta. And for this place, the angle representation will be 270 degree. No, it will be 360 degree minus theta. So let's solve question under this. Now let's move. We all know that cosine ratio is negative in the second and third quadrant. First find the acute angles whose cosine is 0.46. So you press inverse cos is 0.4540 in your calculator. When you press this in your calculator, you will get theta to be 63 degree. That's cos theta to be 63 degree. And we said theta cos is negative. Cos is negative in the second, don't forget, cos is negative in the second and the third quadrant. Therefore, in the second quadrant, it will be 180 degree minus 63 degree, which is equal to 117
Like
degree.
and subscribe.
This is one of the values. And also the third quadrant, since don't forget cos is negative, so cos is negative if you press this in your calculator. And in the third quadrant, it will be 180 degree plus 63 degree, which is 243 degree. Cos is also negative in the third quadrant. So let's solve for the tan also. The first step is to find the acute angle, and the acute angle of this is theta is equals to 49.62 degree. That's tan theta is equals to this. And don't forget, tan is positive in the third quadrant. Third and fourth quadrant, don't forget the first quadrant all is positive, and the third quadrant tan is positive. So for the first quadrant, tan is equal to 49.62
To watch
degree.
more,
And
subscribe.
for the third quadrant, in which tan is positive, it will be 180 degree plus 49.62 degree, which is equal to 229.62 degree. So guys, let's look at this also. Another example. Here now we have to find sine 310 degree. Don't forget 310 degree falls in the fourth quadrant. Now that side is 270 degree to 360 degree, so it falls in the fourth quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative. Therefore, you should know that you are going to get a negative answer for this. So you say minus sine, because you know that it's going to give us a negative answer. 360 degree minus 310 degree. So we have, no need of writing minus self. So you have minus sine. Instead of writing minus here, you can just write it here. Minus sine, if you subtract this, you have 50 degree. So minus sine 50 degree is going to give us minus 0.7660. That's all. So let's solve this in same way again. This is 285 degree, and this falls in the fourth quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, cos is negative. No, cos is positive, sorry. Don't forget, this is what we are using. Cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. So our answer will be positive, so you just subtract it. 360 degree minus 285 degree. What do you get? Cos. You now write it as cos 75 degrees. The subtraction of this is 75 degrees. So
To
cos
watch
75
more,
degrees is
subscribe.
equal to 0.2588. So guys, solve this and drop your answer in the comment section. Bye bye. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow up for more.